Geek, Chapter 2393, Vigor of Youth. Published by Divine Tao Library. Translator, Salavan and Rykov. Translation checker, Pew Pew Lasergun. Editor and proofreader, Leo of Zion Mountain and Dale Ligerkeys. Since you're already here, why are you in such a hurry to leave? Yang Kai said with a light smile, but there was no amusement in his eyes, just icy coldness. How many years had it been since he met someone who dared try to seize his body? The last soul who tried to do such a thing had already been blown to pieces by him. A ray of light cut across the sky from a certain direction at that moment, bringing with it a monstrous killing intent as it cut straight towards the Yin soul. A Soul Emperor artifact. Sensing the terrifying power of the soul-splitting saber, the Yin soul shrieked in fear. No longer hesitating, he opened his mouth and spat out a dark and hazy glow to intercept the soul-splitting saber. It was not known what that dark glow was, but it slowed down the soul-splitting saber when they made contact. The blade, however, still rapidly slashed down, causing the Yin soul to let out a terrible scream. Even though he was severely injured by this strike, he at least managed to retain his life and took this opportunity to rip through the defenses of Yang Kai's knowledge sea, rushing out. Yang Kai frowned, not having thought that this Yin soul would actually be this capable. However, he was definitely injured after taking a hit from the soul-splitting saber. Even if he didn't die here, he wouldn't be able to stay alive for long. In the stone cave, Yang Kai reopened his eyes and immediately heard the howls of the Yin soul, making it obvious the great pain it was suffering. Looking over, Yang Kai found the Yin soul huddled in a corner, its originally opaque body now faded, flickering in and out of existence, as if he might fall apart at any moment. Sangda was staring in shock at the sight. Only after a long time did he let out a shout, "Old ghost, what happened?" The Yin soul was wounded so badly that he didn't hear what he said at all. How could he still have the strength to answer him now? You didn't listen to me when I gave you a kind warning. You just had to make yourself suffer before finding out the consequences. Yang Kai sneered as he stood up, looking as if this all had nothing to do with him. Sangda stumbled backwards a few steps and looked at Yang Kai as if he had seen a ghost. How could you possibly? Yang Kai was clearly injured and also affected by the poison. So how did he become so lively in just the blink of an eye? The changes that came one after another caused Sangda's heart to quickly fall. Yang Kai coldly snorted, "You made a meticulous plan and took great pains to bring us here so that your master could devour us and take over my body. This truly is a scene of filial piety flowing deeper than the ocean. It really does move one to tears, Grandmaster." Sangda's face was cloudy. "You knew this was going to happen." Yang Kai quickly said, "Not only me, both Chen Fei and Shilan came prepared, but so what? Didn't they fall into your hands too, Grandmaster? Then why are you fine? This young master's capabilities are not something trash like you can understand." Yang Kai spat disdainfully, "You want to try and plot against me with your puny means." Upon hearing this, Sangda's face turned green one moment and red the next. It was not known whether he was feeling angry or ashamed, but it was useless for him to say anything now. Yang Kai looked perfectly fine, and not only that, the old ghost who entered his knowledge sea seemed to have come out seriously injured as well. "Save me." On the other side, the Yin soul howled in broken words as the light of his body flickered. It looked like it was going to dissipate soon. The soul-splitting saber was an Emperor artifact, and Soul Emperor artifact at that. The Yin soul was merely a soul avatar. It was lucky enough he didn't get destroyed on the spot after receiving that blow. Upon hearing this plea, Sangda's face changed greatly and he quickly looked towards the Yin soul, but there was obviously nothing he could do in this situation, and a very pained expression emerged on his face. "Release the defenses of your knowledge sea." The Yin soul continued to howl. From his words, it seemed to want Sangda to release the defenses of his knowledge sea so that he could enter and hide for a while. But how could Sangda be willing to do such a thing? He just acted as if he didn't hear him, standing there with a grim face, not moving. Unfilial disciple. The Yin soul roared in disappointment, his ethereal body burst into a dazzling glow, breaking apart into little specks before disappearing without a trace. "What a bond you two share. TSK. Yang Kai watched the good show at the side while clicking his tongue. "You killed him." Sangda turned around to glare at Yang Kai. "So what?" Yang Kai smiled coldly, "You and I are the only ones left here, Sangda, so let's not beat around the bush. If you want to live, fine. If you tell me the location of the exit, I will let you live. Otherwise," Yang Kai grinned, "you'll have a fate worse than death." "You want me to tell you where the exit is?" A strange look emerged on Sangda's face. Yang Kai frowned as he suddenly had a bad feeling about this. Sangda laughed out loud as if he had gone insane. You killed the old ghost and you want me to tell you where the exit is? Yang Kai said, I don't think you two are close enough to avenge each other, right? Since you seem to have a big grudge with each other anyway, what problem is there that I killed him? Don't be stubborn, Sangda, cooperating with me will be in your best interest. Only the old ghost knows the location of the exit. Since you killed him, how do you expect to get the location from me? Sangda suddenly roared hysterically, veins throbbing on his forehead. Yang Kai was dumbfounded. Only after a long time did he rush to ask, what do you mean? Sangda sneered, the Sea King shuttle is here, and with this old master's abilities, I could come and take it away at any time, so why would this old master take the trouble to bring you here and to cook up a scheme so that the old ghost could take over your body and be reborn? I was the one who destroyed the old ghost's body back then, only to go to great lengths to save him again. Do you know why that is? Yang Kai suddenly remembered the deal he mentioned before and his face changed. Do you mean? Sangda snorted, this old master helped him find a new body to seize in exchange for the location of the exit. That was the deal. Yang Kai's heart instantly fell to the bottom as he went silent for a long while before cursing, you old dog. Why didn't you say something this important from the start? If he had known early on, Yang Kai wouldn't have dealt with the Yin soul using the soul-splitting saber. Now that the Yin soul was destroyed with one cut of the soul-splitting saber, the location of the exit also went up in smoke. The Sea King shuttle was useless now. This whole mess was a big failure. Who are you to this old master? Why would this old master tell you? Sangda laughed coldly as he looked at Yang Kai with a sarcastic expression. Yang Kai said, you said before that there are 3 people who know the location of the exit. That wasn't nonsense, was it? What does it matter now? Who do you think the Ice Heart Pavilion Master and the Clear Sky Island Lord are? Do you have the guts to seek cooperation with them? Better watch out or you won't even be left with a complete corpse. Sangda scoffed. After that, he flicked his sleeve and said, things will end at this. You and I will go our separate ways. From now on, you go your way, and I go my way. After saying that, he took a step forward, intending to walk out from here. Yang Kai coldly snorted before sending a pressure to lock Sangda down. Sangda's body paused and he turned to look at Yang Kai. What's wrong? Do you want to kill this old master ruthlessly as well? You tried it on me before, I'm just returning the favor. It's only fair. You young'uns these days talk big. You really think you can kill this old master? Sangda was already feeling furious, so when he saw Yang Kai chattering incessantly and seeming as if he wasn't going to let him go, he instantly burst out in anger. He was a peak 3rd order Dao Source Realm master. At this level, he didn't have to fear anyone. If he was really pushed to a corner, he wouldn't mind fighting with Yang Kai to teach him what proper respect was. Old men like you these days are a bit muddle-headed, aren't they? Always thinking that age is an advantage, constantly bringing up your old age. What a farce. Yang Kai scoffed back. Little brat, haven't you heard that the older the ginger, the spicier it is? You want to take this old master as your enemy no matter what. Sangda's face had almost turned black. Yang Kai snickered and waved his hand to release Lu Yan and Hua King Si. Lu Yan was still riding the heaven-grade puppet, Co Bai. She looked rather formidable with her small body riding on top of it. Come, show this old man what the vigor of youth is like, Yang Kai said as he pointed at Sangda. Hua King Si glared at Yang Kai, thinking to herself, I am already quite old, you know. What do I have to do with the word youth? What the hell is that? Sangda was shocked. He did not see how Lu Yan and Hua King Si appeared at all. It was like they just mysteriously manifested after Yang Kai waved his arm. Could it be that these 2 people had been hiding and following them from behind? But he didn't notice them at all. When he released his divine sense, Sangda's heart was instantly chilled. He discovered that whether it be the little girl who only looked about 7 or 8 or the beautiful woman, both of them actually had 3rd order Dao Source Realm cultivations. Moreover, there was a strange feeling surrounding the white tiger that the little girl was riding on which gave him a dangerous feeling. Master, should I kill him or leave him half dead? Lu Yan asked indifferently. Kill him, Yang Kai snorted. Sangda didn't even know where the location of the exit was, so why keep him alive? Wait, Sangda screamed out in shock. But as he finished, Lu Yan and Hua King Si had already moved to pincer him from the left and right. Seeing this situation, Sangda's face changed. How could he still dare to stay here? He instantly turned around and rushed out. Co Bai opened its mouth and a white energy pillar of light shot out of it that seemed to contain heaven-destroying and earth-shattering might, grazing Sangda's body. Sangda was taken aback. That blow did not hurt him much just now, but he could feel the traces of Emperor intent in it. Was that white tiger actually a 12th order monster beast? Considering all this, he had even less guts to stay here. He just wanted to escape from here as soon as possible. The three of them ran in their chase and disappeared in the blink of an eye. Only then did Yang Kai coldly snort and turn his attention to the Seeking shuttle. Even though he destroyed the Yin Soul without figuring out the whole situation first, this Seeking shuttle was in fact the key to leaving this solitary void-sealed world. Now that it was right in front of him, Yang Kai would naturally not let it go. He flew over and sat cross-legged above the Seeking shuttle, preparing to refine it. The sea ship that Yang Kai refined a few days prior to this had taken him only a day's time, but refining the Seeking shuttle took him a whole week. The more he refined it, the more he could feel the complexity of the refinement of this artifact. Sangda said that the old ghost spent his entire life working on this thing, and now, that did not seem to be a lie. It was amazing enough that an artifact refiner could finish refining an artifact that required as much time and energy as this in their lifetime in this damned place.